What if Russia had more colonies? Introduction. The Russian Empire, one of the largest empires in all of history, spanning all the way from Canada to Germany, truly a superpower. Surely, this glorious Orthodox empire, like any other great European power, must have had numerous great colonies abroad, so now I will count down the top 10 Russian colonial possessions. 1. Alaska. 2. Port Arthur. 3. Russian Tianjin. 4. Russian Dalian. 5. Russian Hankou. 6. Russian Liaodong. 7. 8. Urmam. 9. Bruh. 10. Amongus. Well, it turns the Russians did not actually have any colonies, excluding Alaska, which was a stupid wasteland, and some stuff in China because everybody had one of those, like goddamn Austria-Hungary has one of those, so did the mighty Empire of International. So History Matters has a great video on this topic, but in a nutshell, it, like everything Russian, can be traced down to a problem that was not just extremely influential in the foreign policy of Tsarist Russia but also the Soviet Union and even the modern Russian Federation. It is called access to the sea. Why did Russia not have colonies? Russia has one of the worst geography of any country in the world when it comes to access to the sea. There are 3 ways for Russia to access the sea. The first option is the port of St. Petersburg or other ports in the Baltic Sea. The problem is, this route can be blocked right now by 1. Finland. 2. Estonia. 3. Sweden. 4. Norway. 5. Denmark. 6. Poland. 7. Germany. 8. Joe Mama. And in the early 20th century or late 19th century by 1. Germany. 2. Sweden, Norway. 3. Denmark. 4. Joe Great-Grandmama. The second option is to go through the Arctic Sea, which is frozen for half of the year so nobody cares. The third option is to go through the ports in the east, which is quite nice for reaching Japan or India or China or Alaska or something, but not for reaching a hypothetical Russian Namibia or Russian Djibouti. The fourth is using the warm water ports of the Black Sea, but if you want to go anywhere out of the Black Sea you can get blocked by Turkey and Greece now in the Ottoman Empire then, and if you want to leave the Mediterranean you can get blocked then by Britain because it had Malta, Gibraltar, and Egypt. This has been the most considered in Russian history. It has led to a bitter relation between the Ottomans and Imperial Russians, Turks and Soviets, and even the Turks and modern Russians, with Russian and Turkish troops fighting on opposing sides in Syria right now. Because of this, Russia was more interested in controlling areas that they bordered by land, like Outer Manchuria or Finland, than some far-flung colony in Africa or somewhere else. The previously said Russo-Ottoman hostilities led to lots of wars in the Balkans and Caucasus, with Russia supporting Slavic and Christian Balkan rebels while the Ottomans supported Islamic rebels in the Caucasus. But the most well-known of these wars was the Crimean War. It was caused by the issue of the rights of Christians in the Holy Land. The French, British and Sardinians wanted the Catholic Church to be the protector of all Christians in the Holy Land, while the Russians wanted the Eastern Orthodox Church to the job. After the Ottoman Sultan flip-flopped trying to choose side, he ended up siding with the French, British and Italians and war. The Allies landed in Crimea and the Russians surrendered. The war also made Russia concentrate on defending its western land, thus leading to it selling Alaska to the US and decreasing its colony count by 1. But what if the Sultan of the Ottomans for whatever reason sided with the Russians and not the Allies? Then during the 2 decades after, the Ottomans, or at this point just Turkey, slowly become a puppet state of Russia, and Russia thus secures the route to the Mediterranean. Russia gets its colonies. In our timeline, Russia did attend the Berlin Conference but not to get any colonies, rather, Russia wanted to trade with Africa and European colonies there. In this timeline, Russia goes to the Berlin Conference to get their slice of the African pie. So the Russians might still not be able to exit the Mediterranean because Britain, so it might look for something in North Africa. Italy didn't colonize Libya until well after 1900 because nobody wanted it. Let's say Russia decides to claim Libya and some stuff in the south of Libya all the way up to modern-day South Sudan in the Berlin Conference, and everybody is fine with it. And well, look at that, Russia's got some stuff in Africa. Intervention in Ethiopia. Russia already supported Ethiopia diplomatically during the First Italo-Ethiopian War. In this timeline, Russian troops cross over from their colony in Sudan. Over the next few years, like the Ottomans, Ethiopia slowly becomes a Russian puppet. The Russians and Ethiopians might also carve up Italian colonial lands, as now the Italians would not just be kicked out of the Ethiopia but all of Africa by the Russo-Ethiopian force, with Russia getting Somalia and Ethiopia getting Eritrea. It is to note that both the Ottomans and Ethiopians would still have some control over themselves, like how Australia or Canada in relation to Britain. An alternate World War I. So World War I might still break out in Austria-Hungary. But its belligerents might be different. You see, the reason Russia broke off ties with Austria was that Austria supported the Allies in the Crimean War. With no Crimean War, just some crisis, Austria and Russia stay as allies. These relations will be inherited by Austria-Hungary. So it's pretty much inevitable that the Hungarians break off. There are many reasons why, which I cannot cover in this video. So that would probably be where World War I started. Hungary declares independence and Austria declares war. The first three countries to intervene would be Russia, Germany and the Ottomans, all on the Austrian side. Germany intervenes because Austria is German and Hungary is not. Russia intervenes because they just like Austria, and the Ottomans intervene because they are puppet. After that we can see Italy, France and the UK, all intervening on the side of the Hungarians. Italy wants some Austrian land, France wants some German lands, and the UK likes France. And well, you look at that, it's a world war. Would this have, in any way, prevented the revolution? Short answer, maybe. On one hand, the war would probably not reach the Russian homeland, and World War I was a major reason the Tsar was overthrown. The wealth extracted by the colonies might also improve the lives of the Russian people. On the other hand, the Russian feudal class structure would still exist in this timeline, and thus the wealth gained from the colonies would probably go to the hands and pockets of the Tsar, his family and his cronies. I just can't predict what will happen, so I'll just end the video right now and leave it to you. Bye.